So as he's traveling, he gets into this horrific freak accident. Quazi here, and in this video I want to talk to you about pain versus suffering. And I've been getting a question mostly recurring in my group about what pain is and what suffering is and what the difference between the two is. And in order to understand that, let's go into a story about one of my favorite YouTubers, gurus. His name is Sadhguru, and if you don't know who he is, you should check him out. I'm heavily influenced by him. He's a great teacher. But he tells this story about one day how he loves riding his motorbike and he's traveling across the country in just his motorcycle. So as he's traveling, he gets into this horrific freak accident and he just tears open his calf muscle. And as he does that, he's never been late to any sort of events before. I think he was traveling to a yoga event where he teaches. So he's never ever been late to an event before and he doesn't want to be late now. So he's just there with his torn calf muscle and he's thinking about what to do. He's losing a lot of blood really quickly. So he decides to ride to the nearest pharmacy. And when he gets to the pharmacist just takes one look at him and he's like, no, I can't treat you here. You have to go to the hospital. This is crazy. And they just spend 20 minutes arguing back and forth about what he has to do, and Sadhguru's like, no, I need to go to my yoga event or else, I've never been late to any sort of event in 20 years of my life. I need to go now. And he's like, no, I can't stitch you up here, blah, blah, blah. I need to go to a hospital. So 20 minutes of arguing later, the pharmacist sees the pool of blood on the floor and that Sadhguru is losing a lot of blood really quickly, so he decides to patch him up. And while he's patching him up and stitching him up, Sadhguru is just making conversation with the pharmacist as though nothing's wrong. And, he's just having a straight face, he's smiling, he's just talking to him as though everything's all right. And at the end, the pharmacist asks him, doesn't this hurt you? How are you able to talk to me with such a straight face? Don't you feel any pain? And then Sadhguru says, I'm feeling immense pain, but there's no need to suffer. So that's basically what this story is about. It's about pain and suffering and how everyone feels pain. We all feel pain. Pain is inevitable to life and pain is very, very necessary, because without pain, you would be, cutting up your nose. Like right now, you don't feel pain in your hair and you just cut it up and you shave your beard because there is no pain there. And you can style it however you want. If we didn't have pain, we would be styling our noses and our organs in a certain way. So pain is very, very necessary in life. But whether or not you choose to suffer, that is completely your choice. Because suffering is not inevitable. Suffering is something that is completely self-created. And when you create your own suffering, what's basically happening is you take that pain that you felt and you propagate it and you perpetuate it in your life and you keep playing it over and over in your mind. Pain happens as a feedback mechanism. Suffering happens because your mind keeps perpetuating that pain. And that pain isn't just one temporary, momentary thing. Rather, it's something that is lasting you throughout this life. And you keep putting yourself in this feedback loop. So you feel pain and then you think about the pain and then you feel fearful of thinking about the pain, and then you have fear of the fear of the fear of pain, and then this just becomes something that completely runs you. So in this way, we're basically effectively creating our own suffering. So when you keep focusing on that pain and you keep propagating it and perpetuating it into your life, you place your attention on it. And as we know, attention is like a ball of light. Whatever you place your attention on, you create more of. And that's why I talk about attention so much, because it's such a powerful quality that we all have. And the ability to control your attention literally will make you the creator of your own reality. And it's such a powerful way of creating your own reality. If you just are able to place your attention on whatever you want for a long period of time, it will eventually manifest into reality. The key reason why people are unable to create their dream lives is because they give up too quickly. They don't see results, and then they're like, oh, well, that's not happening. I should just give up. And that's because you haven't placed your attention on it enough in order for it to manifest into reality. So to really get into the gist of this video, pain is completely inevitable. And pain is a very good feedback mechanism, because without pain, you wouldn't know that you shouldn't cut up your organs and you shouldn't play around with your organs. You know, they should be inside the body and they are there to serve a purpose. So don't mess around with your organs. And without pain, you just wouldn't know what to do. Pain is sort of like a guideline. Pain and death are your greatest teachers. If you can realize that life is very, very short, then you will literally make the right choices every time. Like, think about it this way. If you realize every single day, at least once a day, that your life is short and that there's a possibility that you might not even wake up tomorrow morning. This could have been your last day on earth. Now, with that in mind, would you choose to be joyful or would you choose to be miserable for the next however many minutes you have left of your life? And I think the answer is very, very simple. So, again, in understanding this concept of pain versus suffering, know that pain is very limited. And the most powerful thing you can do for yourself right now is to remind yourself before bed, and I do this every single day, remind yourself before bed that tomorrow I might not even wake up. This might have been my last day on earth. And just really realize that. Just fully realize it in the moment. Like, oh my God, this could have been my last day on earth. Did I live the way that I wanted to live? And if you keep reminding yourself of this every single night, you'll see something powerful will really happen within you. And this powerful thing is the very basis of becoming more conscious. So you'll become more and more conscious in your reality and the choices that you make. And then you'll decide every single day that if I were to die soon, would I choose to be joyful or choose to be miserable for the next, or should I just pick an argument over silly little things that don't even matter? Like, my life is very short. So this is why death is your greatest teacher. Once you realize life is limited, then you start to really get deeper and deeper in your spiritual exploration because you want to explore dimensions beyond life. But we'll get into that later. So anyway, pain is very, very necessary. Suffering is self-created, and suffering is mainly caused by unconscious living. Like, every time you're falling deeper and deeper into the pits of suffering and the pits of your mind, you're basically giving into your mind. You're just saying, okay, let's just get involved with whatever the mind says and thinks. Because if you realize this one thing, it'll change your life. Like, thoughts, our thoughts are just neutral. There is no good thought and bad thought. We're attributing a charge to it. And when you attribute a charge to it, it becomes a belief, and then you perpetuate it, and then suffering is created. And then you start to create your own reality by creating this painful, painful suffering, and then the rest of your life just unfolds in that manner. So with that, thank you for watching this video, and I hope this helped, and I hope you now understand the importance of placing your attention on things that really matter, and that if you just remind yourself every single night that life is limited and you could not even wake up tomorrow morning, you'll see your life will profoundly change. And just being very attentive and being very conscious of what you choose every single day. Would you choose to be miserable, or would you choose to be more joyful? That's really the question at the end of the day. So thank you for watching this video. I sincerely hope this helped. It was a short video, and if you like this kind of content, please share it with a friend so they may benefit as well. Also, I'm growing a massive Facebook group where I'll be sharing this kind of stuff, and I also love interacting with you on a personal level. And at the same time, I found out that when I started off with the law of attraction, I didn't really have a group to share it with, and I didn't even know if I was doing the right things. So if you'd like to join the group, click on the link in the description below, and we would love to have you there. Also, the Reality Mastery Program is officially open in April now for enrollment, and if you're interested, click on the link below to sign up for a free consult. Again, you have nothing to lose from this, and in fact, you could probably even gain something from this because we'll be diagnosing your law of attraction practices and how you could improve it to match the levels of identity shifting. And if you don't know what identity shifting is, that's basically the basis of the Reality Mastery Program. And why I focus on identity shifting is because I found out that in my personal life, everything that I've manifested was a direct result of becoming the person that gets that thing. Getting my dream partner was a direct result of becoming an attractive person. Getting a 4.0 GPA was a direct result of becoming a 4.0 GPA student and embodying that version of myself. So again, hope I see you at the free consult, and if you're interested, click on the link in the description below. See you next time. Peace.